Well, I can't say we've been doing this before. The phone vlogs are back, but maybe it's not that big of a deal, because I've shown my face a bunch on this YouTube channel as of late. But today we are talking about the latest Montreal Canadiens signing, because it was just announced, maybe like 15, 20 minutes ago, that former Columbus Blue Jacket and St. Louis Blues forward Alexandre Texier has signed with the Habs. It is a 1-year, $1 million AAV deal for a guy that, as long as he can provide some value, I think he'll be okay. Nobody is going to be looking at Alexandre Texier and thinking, oh, this guy is going to change the face of the franchise, this guy is going to become a superstar. It's quite simple, really. Montreal needs bodies. Texier is a body. They got him. It was already talked about by Elliot Friedman on the Saturday headlines that Alexandre Texier and his contract was going to be terminated by the St. Louis Blues, and that Montreal looked like the frontrunner for him and his services. Texier is 26 years old, 6'1", 194, a left-handed left-wing center, and this season he had 1 point in 8 St. Louis Blues games. He was a little bit more productive with St. Louis last year, getting 11 points in 31 games over there. And then 2 seasons ago, with the Columbus Blue Jackets, Texier had 30 points in 78 games, 12 goals, and 18 assists. Now, we have had our fair share of commentaries over the past few years talking about Texier ever since he was a rookie. This guy was super hot fire for the Columbus Blue Jackets in the playoffs in 2019, that's when it was, when the Blue Jackets ended up beating Tampa Bay, I think. Was that the right year? Let's just go out there and check it out. 2019 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Yeah, we got a laptop this time, so things have taken a little bit of a more productive stance. Yes, that's exactly what it was, the Columbus-Tampa Bay sweep. What a historic moment in NHL lore. But Texier made his Columbus debut with that team heading into that series. He was looking pretty good, and folks like myself were saying, hey, this guy could be a Calder Rookie of the Year contender in that 2020 season. Unfortunately, he was just at 13 points in 36 games in his first year. He was all right for the most part in Columbus, but he really showed off a lot more value with his individual skills, his shootout ability, not necessarily with the raw hard point production at the National Hockey League level. And then in St. Louis, it's not difficult to see why things didn't work out for him because, let's be honest, it's not really working out for too many folks with the St. Louis Blues. A lot of the guys on that team are not producing all too well, Texier included, so hey, he kind of wanted a change of scenery, got the contract terminated, and now he is signed for even cheaper with Montreal. 1 year, $1 million is the contract length and dollar amount. It's a pretty reasonable contract, I'd say. You talk about some of the other guys that have been in and out of the lineup. You can talk about the Josh Waas of the world, talk about the Jake Evanses of the world, talk about Davidson. There are a number of guys that need to fill in spots in this lineup, and there you go. Texier is going to be one of those. Also, turns out Adam Engstrom got called up, too. Oh, boy. Yeah, there we go. Adam Engstrom has gotten recalled up from the Laval Rocket. That is awesome. And you know what? You know what's amazing? The next video on this YouTube channel is actually going to be an Adam Engstrom fluff piece. Yes, tomorrow we got a commentary coming out about Engstrom and the 5-point game that he had on the weekend alongside of David Reinbacher, who had scored 2 goals. That performance came for Laval against Belleville. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Right now, though, of course, I am out and about. I am not in Vancouver, British Columbia, so I have to leave you adieu with that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, I guess, about Adam Engstrom getting called up. We'll talk more about him tomorrow in a pre-recorded video from yesterday, but also what are your thoughts on Alexandre Texier getting the contract signing done? It was posted about by Dan Milstein on Twitter, so there you go. Hashtag we are Gold Star. I didn't even realize that Texier was a Gold Star Milstein client. But thoughts in the comment section either way about this new contract signing. I hope you enjoyed this British Rolls 99. And bye.